it's fitting because we haven't done an episode in how much? What, a week?
I mean, yeah, didn't we do it like last week Monday?
Yeah, but I still haven't uploaded it because my computer was doing computer stuff.
Fuck itself.
So yeah, the woman doesn't want to be. Yeah, the woman doesn't want to be proposed to because.
Fuck itself.
Yo, can I just can you know what? I'm dead ass going to write that anime. And Bradshaw, if I don't do Bradshaw's character justice, I will never write anything about my friends ever again. Cause bruh, this man.
Anyway, she doesn't want to be proposed to because she doesn't view herself as a prize or as an object.
But it's cliche. No, last time I checked, what the hell was wrong with that?
Sorry, Doc, you give him the words.
She said, all right, basically, she states that, men proposing to women is cliche. So you already know, say, that is woke culture 101's coming through in spades right there. Apparently, she wants to be the one to propose and how she doesn't want it to be a case where she's being objectified. It's just a whole lot of objectified feminism nonsense.
And I would retort by, oh, you finished? I would retort by saying, for those people or those women, those men who think that a woman can do what a man does, okay, when there goes a bump in the night, let's see which one of us is going to grab the gun and go out there and face the intruders head on. If that woman gets up and grabs the gun, by all means, she is entitled to talk the same bullshit she's talking right now. But if you were to follow society norms, you understand me? So you're a feminist when it suits you. Because if you were to truly embrace what you're saying, if you're here bumping at the night, you're not supposed to tell me to get up. You're not supposed to tell me to get up. You're supposed to say, baby, I'll be right back. But if you don't say anything along those lines, shut the fuck up. Moving forward. There was this one scenario, right? Where this young girl that was going to college, right? Just a cute little young Jamaican thing, right? I was changing my phone, right? I was in on the phone store. And she's talking so much good about college and how her mother worked hard to put she and her sister them through school. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I say, I take it the fact that you are here, that means you're taking a job. So you're working your way while doing college. You're working your way through. She's like, well, yeah, for the most part. So I'm like, question, do you ever think about a husband? The Jamaican man beside me in that store, look up. Like a bad word, me tell a girl, like, like you say, yo, have you ever tried drugs? The man give an expression like and I'm like, Mister, how old are you, love? She told me. Mister, may I ask you a question? How much money does your degree, the top end of your degree, which means when she's deep within her field, which means when she get the degree, she now met that kind of money there. And she told me 60,000. I'm like, so you're telling me you're going to work for the better of 5 years for less than $60,000? How much money, how much debt are you in for said degree? Over 100,000. Mr. Solander, so you're telling me you have to make up the deficit, which is 40,000 mash, as Jamaicans call it. Mash are they like the small money, anything under 1,000 a mash away. So let me ask you a question. How does that work in feminist land? She starts laughing. I say, because what you're about to tell me next, think before you talk, because there's no practicalities about that's about to come out of your mouth. When you over $40,000 in student loans then, which means you're going to be a part of the rat race for a very long time. So even if you follow the logic where you are talking about, before you're ready to pay off that 40,000, because I don't know to certain people, they believe that that's because you owe $40,000, that's the end of it. No, there's a thing called taxes and a thing called debt, where as the longer you owe on said student loans, the more money you owe, the longer you take to pay it off, until it caps. And sometimes people don't know that what would have been $100,000 end up in now 200,000 because what? You're not paying the increases per year. So they may not pressure you for it, but it's still being added. So I'm like, you need a husband, right? The man said, no, 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 no. When she get her degree, where she want to go and get a doctorate. Mr. Sir, did you not hear what she just said she owed? Her best bet is to have a husband, a working husband that's willing to take her up on her debt, to help her pay that shit out before she's 40 years old or 30 something. Because then I asked the $1,000,000 question. I say, let's compare, right? How can an engineer walk into a store like this, see a girl like you over the counter, flirt, get your number, before you know it, y'all in a relationship? Cool. Mister, let's reverse that. You're a female engineer. The man across the counter is athletic, nice built, cute face, can hold a conversation. Mister, what are the odds that you, a woman making over 100 something thousand, would be with a man who's making less than 45,000? She swallowed her spit. Mister, and the fact that the words couldn't come out of your mouth screams volumes. So let's put this into retrospect, right? Let's put this in, let's say a man making over $100,000 will settle for a woman making less than $45,000. Cool. A woman making over $100,000 refuses, or hypergamy won't allow her to some for most women. Won't allow her to as them call it, step down, settle for less. And then again, this is what most people don't know. Female nature has this way of, if you are not making as much or more than, this is what I've heard, and this is what I've witnessed as well. They look down on the man if he makes less than them. She berates the man if he makes less than them. Translation, he can't even talk too loud in that one relationship because he makes less than her. That is ridiculousness on steroids.
I follow feminist pages on Instagram. Big she will berate the man if the man have a small penis. You're this long.
Can I say
where I'm going?
Can I just say something about that though? Like, for not real. Like, honestly, that trope needs to die. Like,
yep.
The man never.
Is it a joke?
No, big man thing. It needs to die because what I'm you know why it needs to die? The man never asks to get born with it.
Yep.
It's just how it is. You don't see a man going around and ask, yo, why is your pussy so big? Like you know how derogatory that's.
The worst part is a lot of us men, even man with anaconda can say, yo, there's some women out there where some gaping.
No, but for not real.
You don't hear us saying shit.
No, but for not real. This whole size thing, I think, just sophisticated itself from everything that people saw in porn. And then when the realization hits them in their head and they realize, oh shit, this is real life, this isn't porn. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Because first of all, I might in a good mood want to take to the next level, but see me 24/7 I try to lift you up, I try to do all sort of whirly and airplanes and all that nonsense.
In addition to that, you don't see round 2 in sex, but I will give you up to round 5 in real life.
Big man, I have seen 7-minute videos on Pornhub that are the most enjoyable things. And a girl, I look upon me and talk about, oh, if you can't go this long, it makes no sense.
Tell her, the science community say, by right, good sex supposed to take no more than 25 minutes.
Last time I checked, Bradshaw, it doesn't take more than several pumps for a child to be born into that womb.
My record is 6 seconds though.
Thank you. But the point still stands. Well, Anna, I watched a video recently where this woman was talking about that same big dick energy, small dick energy trope. And again, that trope did come from porn. for all the people who think this was like way down, no, this actually came in the 90s or 80s. Nobody really gave a fuck about a nigga's penis size.
Nope.
Back in the 70s and the 80s. It's closer to the to the 90s, early 90s, mid 90s when porn truly exploded across the world. Where as men, we see niggas with a baby's arm for a dick. And we're like, well, damn, that shit not even hard yet. The fuck? Just saying. This ridiculous notion, say, I'm supposed to change what I'm born with. You realize how stupid that shit sound? I know the irony of and the foolishness to me, when most women named understand. Half the women who say them want these anacondas, these monster cocky, don't have never fucked a dude like that before.
And
They've never laid with a nigga like that before. They watch porn, you watch IG. Oh, big dick
guess
energy.
What it says about them?
No, hold on, Bradshaw. Let me tell you one story. No. While at college, I am not going to go around, I am not going to toot my horn or anything, but I would say I am fairly versed in human anatomy to know what and what is going to take place at specific times. So I had this uncanny ability of just being in the wrong place at the wrong time, seeing two individuals, more male and female, about to do their business. No, this specific gentleman happened to be a cricketer. He came from Guyana. No. Viewers and gentlemen, let me tell you this. I am not gay. But when I tell you, say, oh, in this man, you can know, you just know just by looking upon this man, say, oh, this man a pack heat. You see me? So, such girl I run off her mouth. Typical thing I thought about how, yo, she ready for anything and blah, blah, blah. Bradshaw, the screams I heard that night sounded like something out of a scream film. I never knew I could laugh that much.
Big man. Well, I've been on ends, right? Jamaica Americans are.
Sorry for going. I'm actually making something to eat because I forgot to eat today. Don't judge me. I have a virgin who nigga got an anaconda, and he hooked up with a chick who was bragging and boasting at one point about how she want anaconda, how she bad and all these things. He legit sent her to the hospital.
Did he make her?
I'm not even joking.
Did her cervix become attached to somewhere it should not have been?
I think it shifted it or something like that.
Yeah, that's what.
And she legit fears, like, she legit is afraid of this man now.
Of course. He sent her to the hospital. Of course you should be afraid of a person like that. But understand this, ladies, contrary to what you may or may not believe, your cervix wasn't designed for a fucking banana. I'm just saying.
A battering ram.
It wasn't made to have the god of war and the entire of Olympus fighting.
And then now, the uneducated, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm personally attacking anyone, but ignorance has a lot to do with this. Most women don't even do research on their own bodies, you know? Apart from the basic anatomy that, yes, you know, pee-pee come out tight, fluid come out tight, you know, blood come out tight. Most women don't really care to know, like, how does everything down there work? And I know that sounds really, to those who don't know no better, I say sexist, but fuck you. Because, believe it or not, you people don't teach in a fucking picnic. So, I'm dead ass serious, yo. I've never been more passionate about some shit than I've ever been in my entire fucking life. You got me fucked all the way up. There's so much time, and I know it sounds funny because y'all laugh about it, bro.
I'm laughing because of the way you say it. I know it's something serious, but I'm laughing because of the way you say it. Russia, you see, the thing with me, more serious things in the world, I have to just take a moment and just say, yo, you have to just find the silver line that's going to be funny about it, yeah, man. Bradshaw's paused. There's some noise in his background. Oopsie daisy.
Sorry, you guys are quiet.
Bradshaw paused, so I've just been here just waiting.
About that, where was I?
You're,
Yeah,
you're saying
yeah,
something about that it's funny, but it's serious at the same time.
yeah. It's sad because outside of the general functions of said vagina, most women don't even do a biology, and it's weird, right? Because everything that is being said, it doesn't invoke feelings. If it doesn't invoke feeling, most women don't. You understand me? And that's troubling to me because life is anything but, trouble.
Yep.
And when things go wrong, you don't do nothing, and you're just helpless like a goldfish on land, a gas per ear, and that shit don't make no sense because sex is not taboo, people. And I know for years, sex isn't taboo no more. It's not. The sexual revolution makes sure kick down that door, stomping at the chest of that, and make sure so that drop dead. Yeah? The taboo around sex is no longer taboo no more. Most people go and play it down like, I don't talk about them stuff with my children. Are you serious? When last have you taken up the tablet of an 8, 10, or 11-year-old? Seriously, has anybody ever done that in modern age? As early as age 11, 10, 9, kids are exposed to sex. Even earlier than that. You understand me?
Do people realize that like living cartoons are made sexually? Like it might be done as subtle as they claim to be, but we pick up on it very quickly.
Because we're older. Well, kids at a very tender age don't know the difference. This is why I suggest to people and to kids and to parents, watch what your children watch. Be familiar with the characters. Be familiar with, and I know this seems so old-fashioned to some people because you don't have that much time, like because you work and you're prepared, you'll probably sweep the house one time. By the time you finally finish sweep, you want to sleep, you're tired. Spend 15 minutes. I recommend every parent does that in this day and age. Even, and I can't call certain programs. Let's say in name BC is a popular kids show, and then they one day just jumped up and go, you know what? Let's go full LGBTQ letters, fill in the blanks, with no warning, no suggestion, no questions asked. Them just get up one day and made probably one of the most controversial episodes I ever seen advertised. It's so controversial that they don't even play it like that. It's there, but it's not recommended. You'll never see it pop up like that no more. But it's still there. You understand me? So them things that bother me because them are touch on things where at that younger age, they're not supposed to be touching on. Racial disparities. I don't think a children's show should tackle that. I don't think so. I think like a teenager or like preteen series to tackle that. But what the hell does a 5-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 6-year-old know about racial disparity? What do they know about racism? Huh? I've been here for 3 years. And be honest with you, I think I've said this before. White people so far are the most friendliest motherfuckers I've ever met so far. And yo, I'm just saying, from what I used to watch on TV, I used to think I would have come up here and if you look over my shoulder like every 5 seconds. You know who me ever look over my shoulder every 5 seconds? My own black people. And I'm not saying that because of whatever. I'm not being programmed. From I've been here, I've been in situations where I've had to ask, not confront, not disrespect anybody. Ask a question. And the reaction I get from my own black people turn me off to the point I started to get angry. Spanish woman approach me, smiles and kisses. White woman approach me, smiles and kisses. Only black people, especially black women, do that shit. And I'm not trying to say, oh, black women are the worst. No, I'm saying the way how you approach leaves a lasting effect. But I understand that rubbish. How that makes sense to people? Disrespecting people and then expect say, after you just cuss me out, me supposed to hug and kiss you after that. How does that shit make sense? How does that shit make sense? Wifey tried that crap with me one time when me there at Jamaica. She started a pointless argument. And I had to be like, and then she's like, after it was done, she's like, so you're not going to talk to me? No. What you mean, no? Is there a gas leak in this bitch? Didn't you not just curse me out for like 15 minutes? How the hell is this normal to you? This is dysfunction. She eventually broke out of it, but I try to show her, so she didn't even know what she was doing is dysfunction. I'm saying, parents, watch what your children watch. You'd be surprised some of the subliminal bullshit that's being pushed on your children now. Even SpongeBob,
Please don't go there.
The newer episodes, oh yeah. You'd have to be blind.
You're still making new episodes?
Of course. SpongeBob is a multi-billion-dollar franchise now for Nickelodeon. Of course, they're still making episodes. SpongeBob things sell as much as Scooby-Doo, and Scooby-Doo has pushed out a new episode in decades. Well, lie.
Scooby-Doo has had reiterations made almost every 2 to 3 years, and it's always successful.
Yeah, because of the original fan base. They didn't turn around and stick to the original fan base. Yeah. They're not blind them like how most nowadays animes and cartoons are doing it now. They're appeasing to a certain quarter instead of the fans. How do you think men like Lionel Richie and Air Supply to this very day are still making money even in their 40s and 50s and 60s? Because they kept true to their fans. And their fans kept true to them by teaching their children about them. That's how I even know about Hair Supply. How would I know about Hair Supply? And Hair Supply is some of the most beautiful, even though they are, they're married to each other. I don't give a damn. Some of the sweetest music I've ever heard.
Sometimes you have to just look past certain things and not even busy about a man orientation, yeah, man.
Big man. One day, I don't know which age me there with Mr. Boy, say, me listen so and so. Blood pipe, you listen to Batman there? Me's like, I listen to music. So well and that makes me gay, And then he said, what? That makes you suspect. I said, all right, pause. I said, do you know many people throughout your history as a Jamaican who listen to Jamaican music? If you even know half of the man them who you rate suspect as fuck, but just because them have the Jamaican banner over them head, you give a blind eye, you're a hypocrite. Same for the same. You can't.
Okay, in Jamaica, eating pussy is taboo. Or giving head in general, cunnilingus, oral sex is taboo. You know, the amount of Jamaican artists that sing against oral sex, yet still do it.
Right about now, if
the amount of Jamaican artists
who
are actually homosexual.
Me if I call a certain man named Terati.
There are homophobic guys who are actually homosexual. That if you know.
Yep.
Swear for no one.
Only in Jamaica. Only in Jamaica, where you're self-righteous, but then at the same time you're doing the same fucking thing you chastise people for. May that make sense? Or better yet,
I made a joke a couple of years ago that Jamaica has the most churches per square capita, which means we also have the most hypocrites.
agreed.
The Christians didn't like when I made that joke. I'm a Christian, by the way. I liked it. So fuck you. And
First of all,
but like non-Christian people, like everybody else, laughed because it was so true.
Can I ask you something? What year did you make that joke?
Maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Okay.
Or less.
Look at the state of Jamaican society right now. And what exactly has that proven you right?
I was right even before I made it.
Big man, I went, for those of you who I went and spent the Christmas with my grandmother. Yes, I love her very much. Senton, don't know, original place. Big man, every plaza I went, the Friday night, even though I didn't go to Grand Market because I just decided I wanted to just walk, I saw an extra church that was chained with locks. I'm like, what are you people compensating for? I'm going to reiterate to the picture when I said it from Facebook. I say, yo, if the whole of you go ahead and then, the whole of we go ahead, I don't know why I'm not killing myself. I mean, this bag of church and the whole of them still ungrateful.
Oh.
Makes no sense, brother.
You see, I think the ego has found a way to manipulate the good word so well that even true Christians can't ever tell no more. That to me is very, that's very concerning, because you'd think the word was created, is used to, to spot and, to spot and push the fakes out. You never think the fake will find a way to manipulate the information and use it to fit them advantage now, where you have people who as Christians, hear them preach something contrary to the Bible, aka the gospel. I know, right? People not understand, I'm just saying, you have people that was
hold on.
Wait. All right, go on.
Speaking as a Christian, people don't read the Bible for themselves. They just listen to what the pastor said. A lot of people.
Exactly, the gospel.
If the pastor twists and turns the word like legit a million times, even the same scripture, he twists and turns it for like 10 Sundays in a row, they will not know the difference. Just because the pastor said it, so that's how it is.
People, this is why I recommend people listen to psychology videos. I even when I'm at work, because my workplace is understand, so we unruly, so they might for us make peace with, so we listen shit during work. But I'm probably one of the few people that my boss, bigger boss, will come in from off the road and hear me listen to a Jordan Peterson or listen to even Milo Annapolis. That dude is weird, but he has some good points. You understand me? And the list goes on. But he's like, yo, you're probably the first guy I know ever come in our store, and you might listen lectures and debates, and you don't normally hear them things. I'm like, well, your brain, not because you not use it, don't mean to make it rot. And that concept ticked off a few people. I realize I'm working with, because I don't know why. I don't say nothing bad. But I thought I didn't say anything bad. But
no, when you say the truth and they know it's the truth and they can't do anything about it.
Anyway, hold on. We're going down a rabbit hole still. We'll go back on track because we kind of kill a lot of time with technical difficulties. And people got work. All of us got work in the morning.
Big man, let me tell you this. Fuck work.
I like my job, but
brother, it might bring in bills, but let me tell you this. My sanity takes precedence over any form of complaints. Honestly.
All right, so yeah, so the pictures that Doc posted that were reviewed with the lady about the proposal, it was kind of a prelude to the video we were reviewing by Chloe Roma Army Men's Rights or Men. That's that her page? Chloe Roma Army Men's Rights, I think. So one of the things is that she was calling out feminists who hate the patriarchy, yet still they don't want men to be providers and protectors, which makes no effing sense. And the other half of feminists that don't tell their feminist sisters how they're contradicting themselves by doing so.
I watched a video where old feminist, I believe she was there from what, second wave. So she held the stride from second to third wave. So she made a report about the feminist movement in the last how much decade, you know how long it's been going, and she's like, we dropped the ball, and I'm like, whoa, pull up, y'all did what? She said, yeah, we
Imagine how
dropped
they
the ball.
ridiculed her.
Well, Anna, so she explained where the feminist movement went wrong. Contrary to what many feminists believe, real feminists actually respect real men. Believe it or not, the real feminists don't hate men. They hate the actual creep. What them talk about, what them respect the real manly men, bitch, men. Not the girly simp bitch, them what society insists say men should be. No. And I'm listening to this woman give her a report, and I'm like, wow. This doesn't happen, like, ever. But she made one job that I never respect because it was done out of sheer ignorance. It's ignorance. It's not just because, you know, some of the content, you know, she took a job at MGTOW. And I was like, well, I can understand why she would say why she would say it. Because when you just come in and you watch some of the videos, especially if you don't know which one, better if your first experience the MGTOW was one of them guys that were freaks out and goes irate and go all over the place and how women are bitches and they're whores and sluts and all them things there. Yeah. If your first 2-3 videos of screaming, you know, men who have been hurt by women or, you know, men who've been, you mean, raised to be simps, and then find out, say, yes, in fact, mommy did steer you the wrong way. They create what is known as red pill rage. It happens. It happens. Let it go. It happens. Yo, good people do bad things. That doesn't make them bad people. And bad people do good things, but that doesn't make them good. It makes you human.
Isn't that the whole point of
being human?
Isn't that the whole point of trying to right? Well, not necessarily right wrongs, but to be better. We are so quick to tell people that no, you can, like, as I told Dario earlier, Bradshaw, like Mark Wahlberg, for instance, right? We all saw that video where he was a racist, and maybe he is, maybe he isn't, but I am of the belief that everybody deserves a second chance in life. Maybe he just expressed himself too vulgarity. Maybe a black guy got on top of his head. Who knows? I don't really care. I don't think I need to throw him under the bus because of one slip up. Because if we go by that logic.
But look at even Paula Dean. She admitted that she said the N-word 20 years, and this is like, she's doing this like 10 years later. I think she said she was at a bank robbery or something like that, and and she was referring to the robber, the black robber, as a nigger or the N word. I'm not sure if YouTube will censor that or will get fined or deep. Well, whatever.
But if we were supposed to get fined, every single episode get fined. We have said some very controversial shit. Trust me.
Fear, but yeah, she referred to like the criminal as a nigger. This is like 5 or 10 years later after the incident happened, and that's how she got cancelled. And I'm like, y'all cancel Paula Dean for calling a dirty nigger a dirty nigger. It's not like she just walked up to like an innocent child, like, hello, little nigger girl. Like,
no, we are supposed to pretty up a man who is literally robbing her of her things. Say
I mean, it's not necessarily, well, I don't know. Like, where do we draw the line with the word nigger?
No, but hold on. No. I heard my sister, me and my sister and our friend them, I said this nonsense about how I don't think white people should be allowed to say nigger. Instantly me jump in and I say, why is that? Why is that? It's just wrong. Mr. Zayla, let me tell you something. It shouldn't matter who says what. You want to know why? Because it's a word. Because if black rappers can use this shit 24/7 to make millions of money, why can't everybody else? What kind of hypocrisy are we? Are the same ones talking about? Oh, we don't want people to be.
My thing is this though.
You see me?
We'll go down a rabbit hole, but my thing is this though. If all white people in the privacy of their homes say the word nigger, what will it cause? Nothing.
Exactly.
Will it make anything worse or better? No. Why is it that we are so hell-bent on getting them to not say this word, but not hell-bent on getting rid of actual racism?
There you go.
Or what racism is there?
I said, these are the questions that nobody wants to address. These are the questions that make me look like a racist or I hate myself because I'm not sense. Yeah, I'm not much sense because, I think deeper than surface level, and apparently that's a problem for most people.
Yep.
I think surface level, yeah. You understand me? And this is my problem because I don't feed into the whole victim mentality shit. As heavy as I am, as unhealthy as I am, I'm not a victim. Nobody, and I repeat, nobody held me at gunpoint and said, eat that unhealthy shit, bitch. Nobody did that. Nobody never put a gun on me and told me, said, don't eat what I'm not supposed to eat. And do what I'm not supposed to do. And drink what I'm not supposed to drink. And that's a I don't get it. People are bend their minds to say, this is the reason why I am not. Yo, can I share something with y'all?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Recently, President Joe Biden, right? Not a fan of the man, but I can respect him when he does certain things. And I said the same thing for Trump too. I said the same thing for Obama. When a man do good, give him praise. When a man do fuckery, give him praise too. I understand me. I'm not that kind of person, and that's the problem with me when me at Jamaica too. PMP our labor rights didn't matter to me. If I fuckery, I do my Jenna. I fuckery. Moving forward. So me he did something and let's say where people just took advantage of it. And with nobody truly doing the real work to keep what he promised in check, people abused it. Like for instance, when I went to go do my HVAC schooling, it was around the time he promised to remove a certain amount of money from what you owe. I'll be honest with you. That man took off near 18 grand off of more the people in one bite. Better man, I couldn't complain. My education really cost over 22,000. But thanks to him, again, Again, you have to give respect where respect is due. You understand me? But here's the thing now. When he did that, there was no proper structure put in place to make sure that nobody would just come in, come school for 2 months. This is crazy. I must say that out loud because I can see the positive in what he did, and I can also see the negative in what he did. You know, people look at me funny, like, oh, how you for say that? How you for say that? He did a good thing. I say, yeah. But this is the problem, I say, with most people. When it's free and when it don't cost them nothing, they don't care. The same thing happened at KC. I'm almost finished paying off my thing because I set up a payment plan and I work. Some people just don't care. When the thing come in, people flooded school. Shoot, classroom was like 33 people strong. And when I graduate, it's like 7 hours left. Way more than half didn't even bother showing up anymore. Not failing. No matter how much warning texts and calls, and you're gonna be dropped from the program. You're gonna be dropped from the program. They didn't care. They didn't come back.
All right, hold on. We're not going any further down the rabbit hole. I'll go back on track now. Like, I don't know how do you waste free education?
Please.
We have too many friends. That's why I stopped. We have stop. We have too many colleagues who did the same thing. Let's not go there.
Big man. Yo, you know what?
So yeah, women shit on the patriarchy, yet still. Yet still, they complain when men are providers. When men provide and protect. I mean, I'm not sure how that makes sense. And I mean, one of the things that Chloe said was like, why is it that you can't? Why is it that they don't realize that you can be pro women's rights without supporting women's wrongs? Like,
yes.
Baffles. I mean, she's a woman, it baffles her. So, all right. And the second video.
Yes, and I said the same.
Women hate men when they ask what they bring to the table. And one of the main replies she sees is that women say, we have uteruses, we bring birth to the table, our children are life to the table.
Is that
and one of the main issues with that is this. In the 1960s and beyond, well, 1960s, they literally fought, feminists literally fought so that we men and other women would stop seeing women as just walking, talking baby makers or baby carriers. So how is it now a selling point after you literally, or your 4 people, bearers, whatever, literally fought tooth and nail so that you wouldn't be viewed in such light? Similar to how women don't want to be objectified yet still use sex as leverage. But okay. Any ideas, gentlemen?
Because society has and people understand what social engineering is. This is what the true social engineering is. Now, the immorality of it all, nobody don't care about. Remember now, we have moved from a point where a man would get married just to get a pum pum. You hear me say? Society has moved from marriage for some man, not all. Some men actually wanted marriage and a wife, but we're talking about for the rest of the wild man them. That structure that they know in hell a married woman would be found her son seen anywhere out of the eye or do anything inappropriate because she gonna bring shame to her husband's name. That people, that level of respect has somehow vanished from society. Marriage used to be an institution like that. You feel me? Maybe I'm taking maybe I'm looking at it from a from a traditional light and whatever. Maybe I'm just old school for some people. But marriage used to mean something. It still means something. Especially if you're a emotionally mature adult. Yes. When you're aware that you are flawed like everybody else, yes, it does have a meaning. A really good one too. That's it. Did I go off?
No,
Good man.
spot on as usual, my friend. It's not so much that tradition. Like there are some traditions that do need to like take a while. Like I mean, I don't really want to go back into barbaric terms, even though if I'm being honest, society nowadays could use some barbarism if I'm going to become honest because well, that's just my personal take. But tradition is there for a reason, and people just want to forget it because oh, that's not how things should be done now. Yet we're making the same mistakes as past civilization. How the hell does that make sense? This you lay the groundwork for your future generation to be better. Yet you're somehow being worse than you. You're turning in your grave.
Of course, and you'd be a dummy if you really sit back and think, say, you know, I believe in karma. I believe in a lot of things. You understand me? A man might say, some might far fetched. Some would say, we just need to let go them way of looking on things and this and that. But I believe karma follows people. You feel me? Don't get yourself. Don't get yourself. That's oh my bad. Don't get yourself in a relationship or situation where say you don't do it for the long term. I played people like that. I mean, I get some people, it's the will of the hunt or whatever, but be straightforward. To me, in this day and age, worst thing a man can do a lie to people.
True.
It's like even for the man who have 10 women, do you know how childish it is if you hop, skip, bob and weave, call people at work? Yo.
I mean, the word polyamory and polygamy exists for a reason.
Yes, they do. Yeah, right.
I've just never seen why men find honesty about their intentions to be the hardest thing they're ever going to do.
Social engineering.
Because honestly, I prove it
Social engineering.
You'd be surprised the amount of women who would still sleep with them even after knowing that they are still dog shits. But we all know that. We all know that. We all know it.
Very true. Oh, it's scary how true that is.
It's not scary, it's just reality.
Reality
of life.
And you go right back into the muck for the brother. Put a box her down and kick her down. Make that make sense. Tell everybody say, yo, everybody feel it, you hear me? Don't say they want what they want. Dysfunction have a way of finding dysfunction, you hear me? Dysfunction tends to find dysfunction. So don't feel no way when you putting in all this effort. This girl can't surpass the old meter or the old trace of the man who used to berate her every 5 seconds. Yeah, dog shit, yeah, this, yeah, that. You pick her up and clean her off and tell her she's actually worth something. That's not good enough. No.
So men or women, this goes for both of you. Not feeling away. You can't fix broken. It's for them job to fix themselves.
Bradshaw, your burritos are finished in the microwave.
Huh? No, the fridge. They open. I say fridge I'm up here, go. If it open too long, beep, beep. I'm open.
Mine too. It has a timer for 1 minute.
Dinner bell.
Oh, it's like 10 seconds up there. My other one here like 10 seconds. But yeah,
Yo, why does my fridge sound like an airplane? Like yes.
hold up.
But yeah, so going back to it. So yeah, they fought for the right to not be seen as just walking baby makers. No, it's a selling point, or their only selling point.
Yet it's the only thing they use to justify, oh, I'm a strong, independent woman. It's kind of like that
And
one.
like, it's also inconsiderate because like you don't factor in women who don't want to have children. And that's just like a whole other kettle of fish. Or men who don't want children. So like, if you say, oh, I can have kids, man say, oh, I don't want kids, then what? And women, when I say, and some of the women who are saying, oh, I don't bring anything to the table, I am the table. So what
That's
the fuck would I
literally,
spend my life building?
literally the dumbest thing I've ever heard out of any feminist, and that's saying something.
Real
I don't
feminist.
bring anything to the table.
I
I am
am.
the table. So you're basically there for when I want to use my spit and spit on the table then. Basically, you're just a stool for me to use any way I please. Isn't that the opposite of what you've been fighting for your entire existence?
Anybody say that? Anybody say that? Tell them, say, you know, you describe yourself as furniture in this relationship, right? You can lean on me. That's what it means. Oh, that's what you're telling me. If you be honest like that, you're you're an asshole. You are evil. You are so rude. You know this. Because you tell me, say you are the table. I say, you know, say, you're pretty much telling me about furniture. And furniture is
And what is this notion that asking a woman what she brings to the table is an insult? So you should ask me how much money I make at a year, but I can't ask you what you plan on providing to my children that you may or may not bore.
yeah. Brother man, you gone far.
Basically, when we ask you what you bring to the table, I want to know, what kind of woman are you?
You know,
In the
I think
same way you want to know
you
what
know
kind of man I am. You
yo,
want to know if
hold
I'm
on.
abusive or not.
I
You want
think
to know if I can
I think
provide or not. You want to know if
overall,
I can protect or not.
hold on. I think women overall always mistake them being annoying as something that we can't take. I don't know if them women. I don't know if you know, but if a man can play Dark Souls for 8 hours and not break the controller, you nagging in his ears is like an afterthought. Especially if this man is an avid gamer. If this man play Halo 2 on the hardest difficulty, I promise you, you nagging him is probably the least important thing of his day.
I say something to ladies. If you think for any reason you think destroying a man's video game somehow makes him love more, is stupid. He's going to leave you. Believe that.
You know what's so stupid about that?
That Facebook or that YouTube thing, the woman that mash up them man, them man that delete them man game profiles and them thing there, and don't understand what them are doing.
Lano, Lano. Why does she do it? She wants more attention. And then, I don't want to justify murder, but Bradshaw, no, but I mean, no, but no, look at it like this, Bradshaw. Imagine it's something he sacrificed his job for to become an avid gamer, became famous for it, started making money, made you actually can use the stupid makeup and all that dumb shit you can use. But because you're not getting his attention, you decide that you're going to delete the game profile. He probably spent more than 1,500 or more hours perfecting. And then your shitty ass excuse is that you're not giving me any attention. I don't Dario. I don't want to sound like I'm advocating for murder. But the man is going to be well within his rights to hide your body from the authorities and allow you to never be found again. I'm just saying. Go ahead, Dario.
Bishop T.D. Jakes had a sermon, and he had to say some things in said sermon that I didn't think that a grown man would have to say to grown people due to common sense. But as we say in Jamaica, common sense is not common. And it kind of the section of the sermon or the speech kind of went viral on other videos. So if a man is working, he's not going to be home. I'm paraphrasing. If a man is working, he can't be home. But if he's home all the time, giving you his time and his attention, you don't eat. And my thing is this: as a woman, not as just not a grown female, not a grown girl, not a girl in her 30s or her late 20s, a woman, meaning maturity, not growth or age. You should know this.
Should.
And if you don't, hold on, if you don't know this, I will go as far as to say, I don't think you qualify as a woman, so you should never be looking to date a man. Probably shouldn't be looking to date in general.
I'll go as far as to say, so the parents of said person failed them horribly because it's probably the same cycle they went through as well. Because if it's going to take a common statement like that, all right. Am I the only one who has a bunch of female friends who like to post on their status talking about if they don't have their man's attention 24/7, the relationship is over? I remember one of them, Daria, you know who I'm speaking about. She said something of this notion, Bradshaw. You know what I replied and said? So if he's with you 24/7, where does the money come from? You're working a dead-end call center job that doesn't pay you shit. So what exactly are you guys going to do when the bills go up to about 50,000? I heard more silence from that inbox than an exam room. Ladies, you cannot expect to get your man's attention 24/7, even on weekends when he's supposed to be free. Want to know why? Because we as men are always proactive, thinking about what is the plan next, even when we're supposed to be relaxing. We could be on vacation. That tablet is going to have several business deals going off, and she won't know about it.
Doesn't matter. This lady, if a woman truly understand herself, you know, so this man's ultimate objective is to make sure that I'm safe, secure, and not nothing again. You should humble thyself. And I mean that sincerely. Like any woman that's getting that, you need to humble yourself. You watch woman out there with the mind a man look upon them, let alone spend money like that upon them. You sound ungrateful. If this applies to any of you listening, you're ungrateful. Enough woman.
Hold on. But you ever watch them show the Bradshaw with the man just look upon her and tell her, say, yo, it's your own personal card. Use it and do whatever you want. The same woman would die to have it, and yet still they are going to complain about he's never home. He is giving you everything you want, and you still complain.
You have women who still walk away from that. That is crazy.
It don't make no sense. Can you imagine a Greek? You can imagine a Greek goddess woman look at me and tell me about how she will give me riches beyond my belief, and me I talk about how I don't feel like it.
Well, I know this is why sometimes I don't know if I made well. I stand by my decision. I stand by my decision. I don't know why I'm getting tongue tied. I stand by my decision.
You always do it because you think what you're going to say is it's either making you nervous or you think it's going to be something so horribly wrong that the wrong.
I want to say it in like 3 different ways, and like all 3 try to come out at once, and then I would just say no. I'm just sticking to route
3 different ways. So we have the decent version, we have the partially.
No, they're all decent. It's just that like we just want to use up different words in my vocabulary. Like I haven't used this word in a while or whatever. I don't know why. I'm just like that. Like I stand by my decision.
You'd make a good sitcom character. Nah, like you'd make a decent sitcom character. No.
All right. What I would say, I stick by my decision that I made years ago. I was dating a young lady who was willing to spend on me, and not just like buy me an occasional gift or whatever, but like actually like just spend on me. And like it wasn't even my well, I guess partially ego, partially pride. Probably just wouldn't allow me to do it. Because at one point I thought, what if I get lazy and I just have her take care of me or whatever? And I'm like, that's not for me. Like it's just a no. And that's one of the main reasons why I broke things off with her. But like, no, when we start doing the podcast and I'm thinking about like how women behave this way, and then and then we say, what if a man wanted to do this? And I'm like, oh shit, I was in that position. Look what I did.
Yeah, but the reasoning is different.
It wasn't a dumb decision because I stick by it. Well, if it is a dumb decision, I stick by it just the same.
No, but the reasoning is different. A woman leaves out of that situation because her pride thinks, oh, she deserves all his money and his attention. You left because, let's face it, you're the one with the pants. You think you should, it's not even a think. You should be the one bringing in the money and make her know, say, yo, me got this. And it doesn't matter what kind of man you are. Every man that, even if he's a minimum wage worker, he does not want his girl or his wife to be paying for anything, let alone food. Sure, she can put in a little additional funds, yes. But any man admits to me, oh yeah man, me comes and makes you pay for gas. What? You really just say? Big man, the thought of a girl buying me something and I'm not doing something even more extravagant than that sometimes make my skin crawl. Maybe it was me, but I just feel like, say, yo, as a man, I have to do it not because of pride or ego, but because it's just my job. That's just how I see it personally.
Because I'm a man.
It's just how I was built. Yes, we are built different, literally and figuratively. And I think that needs to be knocked into some of you guys' skulls. You're never going to be a female. See me, I did that chat foolishness. You're never going to be a male. No matter how much time you try. You know what? I'm not even going to go down that road. Dario, please, don't make me go down that road.
I'm waiting to stop you. I'm literally waiting to stop you because not tonight.
No,
not tonight, Satan.
No, I think we need for like, guys, yeah.
Not today, Satan.
No man, one episode we have to go without mentioning them. I think
it will happen one day.
Tonight.
But yeah, and just going over the last point for tonight because it's been a while. So Chloe closed off that second video by saying, you expect men to give you their blood, sweat, and tears to provide for you and the family that you will make together, but you want to give him nothing in return. That makes no sense.
Not even the pump you leave and give the man to earth it. Something why him earn and have the right for them not even demand it. You're supposed to put that there and say, yo, come take it. I'm going to say this, and it's going to sound very wrong, but if a man is taking care of you and you have no job, a man say, yo, him want front, you should not be asking why. You should be strapped tight to that bed, waiting for him to eat you or devour you.
You should be asking which position.
No. That's not too much questions, Dario. Because if a woman can't decide for themselves, so the matter that if
she must ask him what position he feels like tonight.
No. She don't have to ask nothing. She should assume the position, and then the man will work out what he's going to do. Because remember, Dario, some women like to think that they should be the dominant one in the bedroom. In the reality, they don't care to make a decision for which burger they want. And a bit off topic, comics need to stop, especially Korean comics. I don't know if it's just their culture, but I just find it distasteful how they make men think that having a dominant girlfriend is a nice thing. It's bullshit, man. Anything else for us to add, or we are close off?
That's about it. That was the last point from the two videos and the pictures that you sent. And it's been about 2 hours. The total.
The first, I don't know where the first video is gone.
It's maybe just under an hour, but I mean less than 2 hours.
The first video, I legit, I don't know where it is. I legit searched for it while we were doing this, and I don't know.
It should be there in the conversation just to see.
I looked, and the only one that was there is the one that we did after that, which was about 30 minutes.
Okay, you're gonna have to use the thing I used to download the videos so that you will never lose them.
It's not that it's lost. I know I press record, and when it records, it saves to the chat immediately. I just don't know why it's not there in the chat.
It's still recording.
No, I stopped the recording. Hold on, let me check.
Anyway, in the meantime, let us close off. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you again for joining us for another episode of Controversial Topics. We've been your host. Thank you to Bradshaw, the Black activist, for joining in late. We'll see you again next week on another episode. I think we're going to do another video review.
Yeah.
And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year when it comes, guys.
We will be having a New Year's episode for people, so don't worry. Whatever the topic will be, it's going to be something that's going to be very enjoyable for everybody.
Or controversial. So, I mean, stay safe, stay awesome, and we'll see you again.
And a Merry Controversial Christmas to everyone.
No, we don't want you to have a controversial Christmas. Let it be merry, hello.
Big man, I live for it. This is my spirit animal.